What's this? Okay, this is add a person. All right. Okay. Hopefully, someone fucking joins. I don't want to have to just get on this stream and then just do a video without anyone watching it. Because what would be the fun in that? I mean, people would probably see the video later and then probably watch it. But I mean, I wanted to kind of get into some news and some articles that came out about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. I haven't talked about like politics or anything like that in a while. I figured we'll get on here and talk about some shit. But if no one's gonna join right away, well then I'll just wait until someone does join. I don't fucking know. I could just always go outside and walk around, I guess, until someone pops up on here and wants to join and talk and shit. That'd be great. But yeah, that would be great and shit. Just sitting here in my room right now, chilling. About to go get some breakfast and whatnot, maybe. I just, I'm so glad that I finally got a job now. I'm officially hired with McDonald's. I'd start my orientation the day after. Wait, what is today? Sunday? Yeah, I do it tomorrow. Actually, it's Monday. I go in around 4 to 5, 4 or 6, 4 to 6, I think. So for my orientation. So, there's that and stuff. I really wanted to talk about the Epstein thing. I really want to get into that. I'm just kind of waiting for someone to join so I can get into it and talk and everything because, you know, and just I'd like to know what, my audience thinks about that. It's just so bizarre. It's so crazy. Like, they're coming out with new shit every fucking day about that case. And I didn't really pay too much attention to it when it first came out, but now it's like, wow, it's like it's just shit's getting crazy. Shit's just stories are just going off the chart. All kinds of crazy things, man. You know, if nobody joins this live stream and it's just me talking, that's fine because I can always do another live stream where I can get someone to come on here and talk about the Epstein thing. Yeah. There's probably there's not a whole lot of people right now that's up at the moment because usually we get more people in here. We usually get about at least about 5 or 6 people in here, sometimes higher than that, but it just depends. But see, I wish people would watch my videos more, pay more closer attention to my videos. It's just I don't know what kind of content to really make since I don't have like all that high dollar equipment. Like I need to get me a fucking some of those like Yeti headsets and get me some of the fucking like speakers and get a laptop and probably do all that. That would be great. Do it from like a computer and shit. Just have better equipment, better audio, just better shit. Instead of doing it this way. Which I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. It's just I prefer instead of talking into a phone, I actually prefer to do it like I said on a computer or a laptop of some kind from a camera. or I could actually, show my face, and which I'm not like self conscious about showing my face on here. It's not that. It's just I just need the right equipment. Like I need the right stuff. Because if I have the right stuff, then I'm sure as hell bound to you know make better quality videos on here and shit. But yeah, I kind of just want to talk about the situation about they found some more stuff about him about what he had on that island and shit, and that Elon Musk was involved in it and shit and all kinds of crazy crap, which ain't too surprising. The only thing that really kind of ticks me off about the whole thing is when, for example, when they try to like, bring Trump up into the whole Epstein thing, knowing Trump has nothing to do with the Epstein shit. I hate it when they fucking try to put him in that fucking category. I mean, like he's the president of the United States. Like, don't you think he would, if he was a part of some kind of like, um, sex scandal, sex operation with that, with Epstein, that okay, like what would be the point? Oh shit, there's one person watching. Okay, finally we got someone in here. I'll wait and see who it is. Hello to my one viewer that is seeing my video. What is up? Okay, you left. Whatever then. But what I'm getting at is it wouldn't make sense for us to have a president who's trying to get sex traffickers and people like that out of our country that are illegal immigrants to then be associated with a guy who's now been dead for the last, I don't know, 6 years, that was running some kind of sex ring with underage minors. It wouldn't make sense for Trump, the president of the United States, to be a part of something like that when you see what he's doing with the country. If he's getting criminals out of the country, why would he be a criminal himself? Even knowing, he was arrested that one time for those false accusations that the fucking, Democrats made up about him and shit in the news media because they're fake and they lie and they like to that's the thing. If you're not into politics, don't assume shit about Trump. Like, if you're not into politics, if you're not a Democrat or a Republican, and you say, I don't get into politics, but then you go by what you hear when it comes to this whole Epstein shit, and then you accuse Trump of shit, like, it's just really stupid on your part because if you're not into politics and you don't understand politics and the nature of it, then don't, like, sit there and assume that the president of the United States has something to do with a dead, now deemed uh what am I trying to say? Goddamn. Um he's a defamed sex offender. Um Jeffrey Epstein. And Trump only knew him from a few years ago because of like I think he was like invited at a party or some shit. That was like in the 90s. That was like way before the whole island and this, sex trafficking shit. Like that's way before all that. And Trump was never friends with him. He was just Trump used to be a businessman, and so was Epstein. Epstein was a businessman. So you got to you got two people that are high up in the $1 million club, and it wasn't like it's not like everybody knew right away like that Epstein was a fucking pedophile. Not everybody knew he was a pedophile. Okay, like that wasn't until later. That wasn't until there was documents and shit coming out about him that it was discovered that he was a pedophile and he was running this whole sex operation. But Trump has nothing to do with that. The fuck does the president? Oh, because he was seen with him in a fucking from taken back in the 90s. That doesn't mean shit. Like that you can't justify and say that Trump has something to do with that fucking guy and his whole operation there on the island, and Trump never went to the fucking island. Like Bill Clinton, like why don't the fucking Democrats and all the fucking dumb liberals and shit, why don't they fucking just like go on Clinton's fucking hightail instead of always going on Trump and always, saying shit that is so fucking untrue about Trump. I mean, like, it's so stupid. And then Hunter Biden, yet he has the connections to the fucking drug cartel and all that, and I don't see how that man's not in prison. I don't see how they can slander him, and the liberals can throw all this shit on Trump and get him convicted of all these false fucking accusations and crimes he didn't commit, and then be putting his name and shit involved with Epstein and all this crap, like the fucking Stormy Daniels. Oh, that was just a throwaway trial from the get go. I was just so fucking stupid. Like, for anyone that's watching this or is going to see this later on, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. Everybody knows that. But I'm not like, I'm no like, I just like Trump for his it's just his political views, his outtake on politics and just things in general, how he puts Americans first and puts like, you know, people that are foreigners that are not from here last, and always making it more about us as Americans and caring more for us and our homeless. And Trump does care. He does care a lot about the community and about, you know he's not a government man, he's a businessman, and he does a lot for this country. He's done a good job since he's taken office, and shit's way less expensive compared to what it used to be. Like in the stores, the groceries have gone down in price, and things are just starting to become more cheaper and stuff. So I think Trump's doing a good job. The only thing I don't like is what ICE is doing. Like, okay, we finally got the majority of illegal criminals out of our country, which is good. But now it's become so bad that they're like ICE is like arresting people that are citizen. Some, and it's kind of fucked up. I don't quite agree with that. Like, I don't think a Mexican that's citizen of the United States who has a green card should be arrested, especially if he's born and raised here. But if it's a Mexican that's an illegal alien, then yes, they should be arrested. I'm not saying all Mexicans should be arrested. It's only the illegal immigrants that should be arrested, like the ones that aren't from here, the ones that don't have a green card. You have to be citizen. It don't matter what color you are. You could be fucking white. You could be black. You could be, Latino. It don't make a fuck. An illegal immigrant can be anybody. I don't know why these fucking dumb tard liberals keep fucking assuming that, oh, they're just talking about Mexicans in general and being racist and being like Hitler and being like Nazis. It's like, no, that's not what they're doing. I mean, I am kind of disappointed with the whole ICE thing. I'm not gonna lie. I am disappointed at some of the actions the precautions that they've taken. I don't quite agree with it, but it was good when Trump first got into office back in, what was it, January of this when did he get into office? Last year, or whenever the fuck last year, whenever, yeah, you know, he. I like the fact that he got on the getting the illegals out of here and shit, getting the foreigners taken care of and shit. I'm glad he got on that, but after a while, shit just got really fucking hectic. Like, Now ICE has become so bad. Now they're just like shooting and killing whoever is like protesting or in their way. I mean, it's one thing for them to arrest an illegal immigrant because, well, they're an illegal immigrant, but to, like, for example, to arrest a citizen or to shoot at a citizen is just completely fucked up, and it's corrupt. It's like Thedorian dictatorship right there. Like it. I get why people say ICE is like Nazis. I can get some sense to why they say that, but maybe they're only Nazis to citizens because that is like being Nazis. Like if it's citizens they're doing this shit to, yeah, that's kind of like being Nazis. But if it's to like an illegal immigrant that's not from here, then you can't really call them Nazis for that. For that part. You can only call them Nazis and criticize them for what they're doing when they're locking up our citizens. But when it's non-citizens and it's illegal foreigners that they're locking up, you can't really call them or compare them to Nazis. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, they have been pulling some police brutality on certain individuals, which I think is fucked up. Because whether if they're a citizen or not, if you're going to arrest them, make sure, like, well, if they're citizen, don't arrest them. That's my first start. If they're citizen, don't arrest them. If they're not a citizen, then arrest them. But still, take some precautions and not trying to like inflict like violence like by for example don't be like police brutality, like just using your authority to like harm or injure an individual. Just if they're convicted of a crime, just arrest them, put them in your fucking car and cop car, whatever car they put these people in, and haul them off. But don't like slam their face to the ground or punch them in the face or knee them in the back or anything like that. That's just kind of fucked up. But am I for ICE? It depends, really. I wouldn't say that I'm really for them. I wouldn't say that I really support them, but they're good for when we have criminals and people that are from Mexico and all over that are, you know, fucking pedos and, druggies and shit like that. Yeah, they're good for things like that, but they're not good when they're just attacking regular people and shooting regular people on the streets because that just shows the level of police brutality. And I don't like cops, any type of agency. But like I said, have they been helpful getting bad people out of this country? Yeah, they have. They've been helpful, but they've also been bad too. They've been good, they've been bad. But am I for ICE? No, I'm not for ICE. But I don't know. It's just whichever way you look at it. It's just whichever way you look at it. If you think ICE is good, if you think they're bad, it's a certain point of view of how you feel about them. Like I said, for me, it's in between. Like it's kind of good we have them, and it's kind of not so good we have them because of what they're doing to certain people. Like I don't give a shit if an ICE agent arrest a foreigner that is illegal because they need to get out of this country because they're not citizen. But if they're arresting a citizen, then yeah, that kind of ticks me off because a citizen shouldn't be arrested. If a Mexican that is born in America and has a card and has all this shit, then yeah, they shouldn't be arrested. But if it's a Mexican that's from Mexico who's not a citizen, who's illegal, then yes, they need to be arrested and deported back to Mexico. Yes. Like I said, it depends. It just depends. But about the whole going back to the whole Epstein thing, I know I kind of got off a little topic there, but going back to the whole Epstein thing, I don't really know what there's not really much to really say about it. I mean, he's dead, and the people that he was once affiliated with, associated with, are still alive, and who knows what's yet to come. Who fucking really knows? But yeah. I mean, I'll probably do more talking about the whole Epstein thing when I have like more people watching my channel and in my live streams, and just right now I'm hardly getting anybody in here. I mean, no one has said anything tonight, and there's my one viewer who keeps popping in and out. So I mean, I'll probably talk more about the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation just maybe like later on when I have more people watching my streams, because then I can actually talk to the people, interact with them, and see what they think about this. You know, but just kind of stop 13. I'm kind of getting hungry. I was kind of wanting to hope to go to McDonald's, get some shit, get some breakfast or whatever. But I mean, like I said, I'll get more into the Jeffrey Epstein thing just when I have more viewers, more, I mean, people on my live stream, where I can answer questions and shit like that about what they think and have some interaction. Because right now I'm not really getting any interaction from anyone, from commenting anything. If any of y'all want to ask me a question, just ask me a question. I mean, don't keep popping in and out of here and viewing my channel and then leaving, because it's like if you're just gonna stay here and watch and not say anything, and then it's like, well, what's the point? Like, especially if you're the same person who keeps popping in every 5 seconds. Oh shit, there's 3 people watching now. Great. If y'all have any questions or anything you want to say about the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, go ahead and ask, and I will answer it. I like to know y'all's opinion. Have any questions about the Jeffrey Epstein situation? Go for it. Ask me or give me your thoughts. I mean, the man's been dead for almost, I don't fucking know, 6 years. I'm surprised people are still talking about this thing, because it's like every day they're finding out something. Or at least they're claiming. Either they're finding something out or they're just fucking claiming. I don't know. I have no idea. But before I get off here, I'm just gonna wait until someone comments and wants to ask a question or tell their opinion about the Epstein thing. To my one viewer that's watching, do you have any comments you want to give about the Epstein thing? About the Epstein files and shit? Anything? Okay, I guess not. Well, I guess I'm gonna end it here. Not really getting too many people, so I'll go live some other time. All right, peace, everybody.